Hello and welcome back to Explain the Charts. Today is March 16th, 2025, and we're diving deep into Bitcoin. We'll be covering the latest news and analyzing the charts to make sense of what's happening with BTCUSD. First, let's take a look at some of the headlines. According to recent news, Bitcoin is poised to potentially reclaim $90,000, while there's news of Bitcoin and Ether futures ETFs facing liquidation due to market downturn. We also saw XRP outperformed Bitcoin this past week. There's also the establishment of a strategic Bitcoin reserve. We'll see how all of that might affect Bitcoin or not when we examine the charts. Now, let's move on to the charts and see what they're telling us. We'll start with the one-day chart to get a broader perspective. We'll examine recent trends, support, and resistance levels. Looking at the one-day chart, we can observe a clear uptrend that started in late 2023, continuing into 2024, before it consolidated and peaked in March of 2025 around the $73,000 level before correcting to the $60,000s. We have since then attempted to reach new all-time highs before recently correcting to the mid-$60,000s recently. Given the Cointelegraph summary that Bitcoin struggles to reclaim the $100,000 price level as markets take a beating due to geopolitical tensions and macroeconomic turmoil, it seems there was a large force preventing it from reaching this psychological barrier. We can see this large rejection in the one-day candles. Let's zoom in to see a particular recent section of these candles on the one-day chart from the start of March 2025. Looking at this smaller range of candles, we are in a slight downtrend right now. Now, let's switch to the one-hour chart for a closer look at recent price action. This time frame will allow us to identify any short-term trends, potential reversals, and key price levels that might be useful for day trading. We'll look closely at the support and resistance in the one-hour chart to see more short-term important price areas. We can see from the hourly chart that there's been some high volatility, some large green candles, but also large red candles. Looking at the most recent part of the hourly chart, we see much more consolidation. Let's zoom into this recent consolidation to the most recent candles. Examining these candles, we can see a new range has been made between around $83,700 and $84,500. Short-term traders should watch these levels for potential breakouts. Now let's examine the 15-minute chart to get a better understanding of very short-term market action. This is useful for scalpers or day traders. It's a lot of smaller candles, but there are some clear breakouts. We can see a larger downward swing happened around March 11th, where we hit a low of $76,555. What happened during this day that resulted in such an event? I'll let you, the viewer, do your own research for this point, but it's important to keep track of such news that may affect the market. Let's recap some key points. On the daily chart, watch for Bitcoin potentially attempting to reclaim the $90,000 level as mentioned in the news. A break above this could signal renewed bullish momentum, but failure to break this psychological level could signal another downtrend. On the one-hour chart, watch the $83,700 and $84,500 price levels to see which side breaks out. Finally, on the 15-minute chart, keep an eye out on March 11th for causes and potential support and resistance ranges which will affect short-term trading. In conclusion, consider both the news and chart data to make well-informed decisions, and good luck with your trades.